Global Monstrosity on Instagram under Donnie Warzone _22. Global Monstrosity on Instagram. Donnie Warzone _22. Global Monstrosity. Go cop the merch. Philly Trenches. Now to come out with the new hoodies. Y'all gonna like the logo too. I'm a weird prize this weekend. Tonight I got a good one for you all. Yep. Frankford's own QueenPin. Miss Louise Tunstall. And her kids that I knew, that I grew up with. Gotcha. That's some special audio. Special video. I was told to interview his son before he passed away. Harvey. I was supposed to go to his house out in West Philly, man. He wanted me to come out there too to interview him. I'm looking over the top of my head off the pictures I got. I'm gonna see. She lived in the project in Frankford. 80s and 90s.
My real team flip bricks, we got the key bitches, legit business, farm cars, street bitches. We smoke supply scammers that need coke. That's a lie if I die, I'm leaving my seat broke. You know the situation, no physical place you in. Too late before you recognize the fucking face you in. Step back, cock the Glock, car race again. After this, you looking for the kid in the race.
Niggas be stuck dead in the game, we don't remain an honest citizens. Bitches be fucking minions, scammers be filling up the pen. I pace the Marriott, girls with scotch anticipating. When will I make it? Yearning for riches, I can't fake it. Bulgari like Paris, just think you bad, cushy dash, party ain't my bottle. Cherokees and presidential condoms. On the real, jealous niggas be feeling still. Gotta make a meal for penthouses on top of the hill. What the fuck I wonder? If rebellion
It's snowing out there, be careful. That snowstorm.
Bankroll measurements improved. We got shit to move to
You gotta get out there tomorrow. I got business to do.
Today your destiny, then they be like testing me. 199. Follow the beat and the PDs while we pushing threes. With Pelly saying Scarface, quality shoes.
Gotta have confidence in yourself. You hear me? Confidence in
Gotta
yourself.
connect us from Peru to pharmacies banging. Don't run from us, won't be no slaying. What the fuck's up? Establishment quickly from others, Philly finest be us. Videos be sporting versatile.
Salute to Frankford.
Millennials be 7-star rims. Infrared beams, desert eagles be filled to see for shit.
Salute to the Northeast.
The peons, they say you're not a safety field with the chopper. Bolivia,
Salute to everybody on the boulevard. See the boulevard. Highland Park, Erie Avenue, Nicetown, Uptown, Logan, Kensington, Jewtown, Fishtown, Port Richmond, North Philly, Southwest Philly, West Philly, Chester, Bristol, Cokesville, Harrisburg, Mount Union, Willow Grove, Rags and Bitches, the major bitches. I got some real content for y'all, more evidence. The millionaire whore. We moved in Frankford in 1983. Get on the football team. And one of our closest friends' mom is a queen. And we go with his sister. Y'all gonna see them. Y'all see those pictures with me on other shirts.
Rock control next thing, I see 200 gold. Lately it seems to be the plan to live illegally. Ram, check your 100 trees, lays, Italian burner, keys brain. A 50 beamers, travel wing blocks from Austria. Chest burning from vodka, cocaine, shipping from Bogota. Fly niggas take pings with diamond cluster rings. If it equal to King's Virgin of good things, the Kings bring vision to have more. Get this clean with natural craft force. Gauges Garcia Vegas, real nigga, fucking your name more. Surviving street wars, it's all about rocks the size of Rushmore. Part of that score, tell baby galore
to a die, bitch. Animosity, grossness.
Just pushing the round with chrome factory dip countless caviar. Doesn't need us to backyard. Agents who tried to lock me. Did it sloppy as Bobby and Poppy. I need this currency about a half a key. Fuck it up with the better. Best of chase and kids get this cheddar.
Let's get this thing started. Yeah, though. Yeah, though. Hello, world. I'm just here to make you think. This CEO Philly Trenches Hockey Raw coming at you live and direct with this bone exclusive video. This is Philly Trenches Celebrity News / World News bonus video, as well as Philly Trenches Talk After Dark episode 813. This is our 813th episode of Philly Trenches Talk After Dark. And tonight, I got Miss Louise Tunstall from Frankford. Whitehall Projects. I believe that she came from down south with a family of kids, you know, and she was a hustler. And it was her and her sons put their package down in the projects and they got busy. You understand me? Only one person ever tried their luck at disrespecting his family. That was Barry Suzuki Harmon. And he was a high-ranking black mafia member, and he was a millionaire at one time. He was like an uncle to me. And when he tried to go in their crib and step to Miss Louise, he wound up getting hit up and almost lost his life right in front of us. Police came across the field, the football field, like G.I. Joe. And allegedly, they said my homie that was 14 at the time had banged him. I thought it was the older brother, but allegedly he's come to football practice every day with the gun on him. I'm about to let you, without further ado, I'm about to let y'all see Miss Louise, Frankford's QueenPin. Now, I don't know if she's the first QueenPin, but she's a QueenPin from my standards of being in the game. It was other women in the game up Frankford, but she stood out. Her kids had Benzes and everything. Y'all about to see it right here. This is Miss Louise right here. May she rest in peace. That's her right here. That's her daughter Latoya, her son Joey, her son Jay, her daughter Carolyn, her son Rick. That's her again. That's our daughter on the other end. I'm about to show you because me and Mikey used to be with this family like that. Now you see that's Latoya. Latoya used to go with my twin brother Mikey, and Carolyn used to go with me. They was cheerleaders for the Frankford Chargers, and their cheerleader coach name was what was her name? It's gonna come to me, but she used to go with my brother Sekou, and she used to always let us know what females liked at us. And we used to write each other love letters and all that, and it was real direct. We moved up there in 1983, and we on the football team. We go to the same school as them, and all the females liked me and my brother because we was twins, handsome twins. And Mikey had got kicked out of Stern and went to Smetley where Latoya, Carolyn, and their brother Joey was at. That's Latoya, Mikey's old girlfriend. That's Joey. He's on the football team. The younger brother, Jay. Now, Joey is like a year older than me. And he ran the whole junior high school, Smetley, when Mikey went there. And he liked it, me and Mikey. No diddy, but he liked it as enough ways though we could go with his sisters. That's Carolyn and that's Toya. And he was going to high school riding Mercedes-Benz. That's their brother Harvey. Harvey was going to let me interview him, but he passed away. That's her right there. I'm talking about she was getting major money. That's Joey right there. He doing life in prison. He's on my football team. And that's a kid. Now look, now they had moved out of Frankfurt and moved up Erie Avenue. But they still was getting money in Frankfurt. And her son Jared, that's her right there, nice mink coat on. Her son Jared got killed down, unalived down 17th and Jefferson. He had a package down there, and he got into some type of dispute with somebody down there, and he lost his life. But this woman right here, was the real deal, man. And they was doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? And in the projects, Whitehall projects in Frankfurt, you know, and we used to thought we used to call them the Jacksons because they had that long hair, you know what I mean? And Latoya and Carolyn remind you of Michael Jackson's sisters. And all her brothers was goons and they could fight and all that, and nobody never messed with the sisters because of the brothers, you know, and nobody dared to mess with this family, you know. And just coming up in Frankfurt and watching how classy she was and how the demanding she was and how she ruled with an iron fist with the family. She was a strong black woman right here, man. She treated grandkids good. And the thing is, I watched all of them hustle for the first time. I watched how crack came to Frankfurt. I watched how all of them had their own package, from the younger brother to the to the older brother, to the middle brother, how they all had their own little squad of homies to be with them. Even Carolyn had her own team of girlfriends, and so did Toya, you know? And when I watched this and I look at this, right, and I was see how young we all were, you know, coming through the 1980s and 1990s and seeing how powerful that drug game was and how powerful family was, because they always did it big. As you see, she had her own clothes made, and she dressed like a queen supposed to dress. That was a man right there. You know, he was locked up over the house correction with me, as well as her son was locked up with me too. Not Joey, but Harvey. Harvey could draw his ass off. He was up Huntington with me. Harvey, when I was running the ticket up there, man, Harvey was getting money together. You know, Harvey give me like 50 tickets. I give him 70 tickets back because I gambled with the 50, hit the ticket, give him his money right back, and I still have extra. But before he passed away, I was supposed to go to his house, man, and interview him. You know? Louise, she was getting major money. I'm talking about, it was quiet money. You know, and the crazy thing is, you never seen them make no money, but they was making money out that house. Because the way drugs was being sold at Frankfurt, it was like everything was low key. Wasn't nothing out in the open. You go to the house, you knock on the door, whatever, you go in for a few seconds, whatever, you come back out. But it was nobody's business. And right up a couple of doors up from where she lived at was Johnny Jeffcoat. And Miss Helen's, which was his mom, she had a 3-story house. Like they had a 3-story house. It's just that Johnny Jeffcoat, you know, he cut hair. And I used to, you know, work for Johnny Jeffcoat. So I used to see them come out the house with all the jewelry on and all of that. Plus Joey was on my football team. You know, we used to get every day. So I get to see how they elevated the game as far as getting money, from rags to riches. But when we first moved down there, they was already in the game. You know what I'm saying? And then when crack came to Philadelphia, that's when they turned it all the way up. But that day Barry Harmon came to their house to try to rob it, it was crazy because we was all out there playing football. And then all you hear is the gunshot. And then you see Barry fall, and then you see the older brother stand over top of him with this big butcher knife. But you know, the police was coming, so he got spared, but he did get hit. And allegedly, they said my homie did it, right? But if you see Carolyn in the car, she graduated from Frankford High School. That's Carolyn right there. And that's Latoya. And she said I broke up with her. That's Harvey right there, Harvey Tunstall. We was young, we was kids, you know what I'm saying? But we used to go up USA skating ring together, me and Carolyn and all of us. We was young, you know what I mean, growing up together, you know what I'm saying? But I had much respect for them. And then we moved up Erie Avenue. When they moved up there, we moved up there. You know, and we stayed in contact with them. And now y'all see, now I'm going to show y'all something real fast. I'm going to my pictures. I'm going to come out of this, you know what I mean? And I'm going to show y'all something before I get more into this. And I'm going to, hold up. I'm going to show y'all something. Because, you know, the other day, I made a video and I showed y'all the family. But I'm going to show you Joey, you know what I mean, when he played on my football team, and his sister, when I saw on my birthday at the club, Lou and Choose, you know, that family is a big family, and Joey should be coming home soon. Joey was upstate with my brother Sekou. They was like on the same block. They might have been cellies for 3 years because Joey kept looking at my brother. And my brother kept looking at him. He kept wondering where he knew him from. And he was like, Frankford. And then he mentioned me and my brother name. Me and my brother know everybody. So he always heard about Sekou. And like, yeah, man. And it was real cool. But, you know, Joey locked up. You know, it's fucked up. This is the picture right here, Joey. Now look, this picture right here. Hold up. That's me right here. That's Joey Tunstall right there. That's Troy Leaks. We all hung together, but that's Joey Tunstall right there. And that's me. Said Joey used to carry a gun inside his thigh pads when it's like, where your thigh at? All the time. Now I'm going to show you the picture of his sister. When his sister in the clubs, it was like, you know, people like, oh, you don't know them, you lying and all that. No, I do know them. The whole family, man. Met them when I was 9 years old, and I've been in their life ever since. But I'm gonna just show you the picture when I ran into Carolyn, because I ran into Carolyn a couple of times, and we was making a movie. She came to the movie shoot to be in the movie. My brother Daryl had the movie, but on my birthday in 2017, we took that picture, which is the picture I got right here. I'm going to show it to y'all, and then we get back to the video. Yeah, man, like, when his mom passed away, man, that was a big hurt piece, you know. And, you know, now Carolyn, 50, she'll be 52 this year. And I think Latoya be probably 50. You know, but they still look young, though, man, and they still holding it down. Frankford have an event. Hopefully, they be at the you know, the boxing event that I'm gonna be hosting on February the 8th. My cousin Darren and I'm having it, you know. I mean, yeah, though, man, she was a woman that they had Benzes, Jaguars, they had the gold Jag. They had everything. They had all the cars. And we used to be out there all night long with them, sometimes to the next morning hustling. Because we went from football to hustling. You know what I mean? So everybody on the football team, a lot of us went to hustling, which was you know, something to do, because the game changed. Yeah, hip hop changed. Some people don't like the way that Saleh walks. When that came out, that's when Frankfurt put that crack out there. Here she go right here. My fault. Y'all. But that's Latoya right there, which was Mikey's old girlfriend. Latoya, you know, it's like 8 years ago. And her mom was a queen. Now the reason why I showed y'all that is because I want y'all to understand that when I make a video and I start talking my shit or whatever, it ain't just because I see a picture of somebody and I get all Joe. No, it ain't got nothing to do with it. It got something to do with the fact that, you know, this nigga right here was the real deal. And I knew her. I knew her. I knew her family. I knew her sons. I knew her grandkids. You know, I knew her daughters. You know, now even though Jay was younger than Joey, that's when she graduated out of Frankford High School. Even though it's a brother Rick, even though Jay was younger than Joey, he was younger than me. He was like a younger brother than me, but he was a hustler, man. Go out of town and make money and everything. And he had his little crew. And as a young boy, this nigga, I mean, he really had his homies with him in the game. Because they understood that they was poor. They understood that he was their vision to get out the project for us, making it big. And that's how he thought. Because his mom gave him the game and must have told him, you got to make a way for yourself. I got the package. He went out there with his homies that he grew up with, and they was out there all night long. And I watched them. I was out there all night long with him. You know? She was the real deal. Her bill, Joy would have told y'all that. Her bill was $1 million. She got out the next day. She lived in the projects. Listen, she lived in the projects, y'all. Frankford projects. When they locked her up and raided her and probably a couple other houses in Frankfurt, her bill was $1 million. And she ain't have to stay in jail that long. Like they said, it only took her 1 day to get up $1 million to get out of jail. Mind you, when we moved in Frankfurt, she was already a QueenPin. That's like 1983. But we went up Frankfurt in like 1981, 1982. But when we got up there, they was already getting money. They was already established. And crack probably didn't hit Frankfurt until like 86, 87, which is like 2 years after crack cocaine hit Philadelphia. Because it wasn't that far away from where it first started. Up Erie Avenue is like 20 minutes away from Frankfurt. And then you got New York. Tank and Wayne from New York, they bring in blunts. That's when everybody's smoking blunts up Frankfurt, which is the only neighborhood in Philadelphia that was smoking blunts other than New York. Because Tank and Wayne was from New York. Their family was like, I think, Africans. So they was already familiar with New York style because that's where they was from, but they was going back and forth. They'd go to New York on the weekends, but they'd bring back their New York swag back to Frankfurt, you know? And we would go to Club Bazaars to the club and all that. And as you see, this the real deal, man. Like, they was doing their thing. It's Frankfurt, man. I've been talked about Miss Louise. I've been talking about Miss Louise when I had my other channel. I just didn't have any pictures of her. You know what I mean? But as you see, they put this together for their mother, you know, and they was doing their thing, and they lived in the projects. You know, that's LaToya. That's their mother, Miss Louise, right here. And that was all her hair. They all had long hair. It was, you know what I mean? And we used to call them the Jacksons because they had the long hair, you know. Yup. Real deal. Classy woman. Ain't take no shit. You know, my son could play football and basketball. You know what I mean? It's a thorough woman, man. Yup. Frankfurt's QueenPin. Thelma Tunstall. The Tunstalls. Yup. My son, he ran the whole... Listen, it was a school called Smetley, that Whitehall Project. Damn near everybody in the projects went there. And Joey ran that whole elementary school. He ran that whole school. Because nobody beat Joey. Or Carolyn. She could fight too. They're around the same age. I think they was twins. I think Joey and Carolyn is twins, I think. If I ain't mistaken. One just dark and one just light. Now this is, I'm going to show y'all. Carolyn is, that's Joey right here. Right? And let me show y'all. This, all right, that's Joey. Right? Now, that's Carolyn. They will be twins, fraternal twins. Now, they had it going on, man. I remember me and Carolyn used to get on the bus to go up to USA skating ring. Yup. When they first started going up the skating rink, that's Harvey right there. And their brothers used to beat dudes up in the projects, but they were scared of them too. Then they had the, you imagine living in a project, your mama QueenPin, they getting all this money, they rich, they millionaires in the projects. You know, and it's just crazy, man, that Joey doing life. Miss Louise ain't here. Harvey just passed away last year. He wanted me to come up his crib bad to interview him. He wanted his mom's story to be out there. So I'm doing the best I can, man. They had everything. Carolyn had a Benz. Carolyn and Toy, they had Mercedes Benzes in high school. When they went to Frankford High School in like the late 80s, early 90s. Yup. I think that's her Benz they in right now, sitting in there now. Yup. The real deal. The Tunstalls. QueenPin. Strong black woman with her daughters. You know what I mean? Harvey, man, the stories Harvey got, man. Harvey used to tell me how they used to be in there bagging the fuck up all night long. Count money all night long. You know? Because, you know, we played football in the summertime, so if people came out to smoke crack or whatever, snort powder, cocaine or whatever they was doing, they did it at nighttime, so you had a lot of closet smokers, meaning they came out nighttime and got high. So they made a lot of money. When they moved up Erie Avenue, her mom and them, they bought a house up near like 19th or 18th and not that far away from Kevin Hart lived at, up on that side of Erie Avenue. And I used to go up their house with them because I was like family to them. You know? Mikey, you know what I mean? Latoya, Mikey was her first boyfriend, and I was her first boyfriend. You know what I mean? And we played football. And you know what I mean? And we was around their family, and their family brothering them. Her brother Jared looked like Gerald Levert. Dark skin, dark beard, all the gold jewelry, the gold nugget bracelet, all that shit, they had it all. They was getting major paper, man. And they used to come out in the back. When Johnny used to cut hair in the back of the projects, everybody be sitting on the pole, they's about to get their hair cut. I'm out there, and they come over there, and, I mean, holler at Johnny, come get their hair cut, come holler at me. You know what I mean? And Banzo, me and Joey was like brothers. His older brothers treated us like family. I mean, we was twins. We was the only twins in the project. We just moved up Frankford. And we played football, so everybody liked us. You know what I mean? And then we all was going to school together. Junior high school together. Hardin Junior High School. And we together every day anyway because we playing football on the same team. They our cheerleaders. We get on the same school bus as the cheerleaders because we going to away games and all that. Yup. Deep, man. Miss Louise. Getting major people. They locked her up. Her bail was $1 million. She got out the next day. You know what I mean? That's unheard of. Look up. You look her name up. Frankfurt and Philadelphia. Miss Louise Tunstall. QueenPin. Made $1 million bail in 24 hours. Yeah, she was stacking that bread. They was doing their thing. You understand me? She got that paper, and you think about they driving all type of fucking cars, like foreign cars, and the jets. And then they moved up Erie Avenue. Now look, that's a Benz right there. That's Carolyn Benz. Her mom on the passenger seat. She graduated out of high school. She got the Benzo. She had a 190. I think she might have had a Benz before I had my Benz. Yup, because I pulled up in my red Benz in 91. She must have already had her Benz. That's the brother Rick. That's the one I thought had hit Barry, but it would not, that ain't the case. Joey allegedly had hit Barry. Now look how sharp they was back then. And that's all her hair. All her mom hair. You know? Her mom, he was getting paper, man. Major paper back then. You know? See, you live in a project, right? Hold up. You live in a project, right? You're like, damn, and you know, you can't have a man living in the project with you. You know? And I don't know if she's paying the maintenance man off or whatever, but they was getting money. You know, we was right there with them. She gave back, like, to the community. People needed to pay their bills. She helped them pay their bills. She was a strong black woman, man. They doing their thing. They doing their thing for a long time. It ain't like she just started doing it in the 80s. They probably was getting that money in the 70s, too. Like, you see that fur coat she got on? Y'all see that fur? Hold up. This fur coat. Man, that shit cost paper. I mean, she wasn't knowing anything she got, she bought from the trenches, man. The trenches got it at Frankford, man. I try to tell you, I know him, man. I know. Look at Joey. Now, hold up. Now, hold up. Get this on here. I want y'all to see this. Now, Joey right there and his mom getting that paper, man. You see what kind of, see that door? That's a foreign car. They ain't no more fucking hoopty. Look at them seats. They was doing their thing. It might be that Jaguar. Carolyn right there, yep. Carolyn. They was doing their thing. Hold up. I think that's when she got married. She was spinning that chicken. You see how they used to roll. When they had the Jaguar and the Benz and stuff, they all moved together. That's what I love about the family, man, because see, that's why I'm glad I'm able to make the channel and talk about Philly legends and give them their flowers while they're here or they're not here, because 50 years from now, I want this to be, you know what I mean, never forgotten about, man. You know, because they was here and they put their foot down and they made their mark in the city of Philadelphia. Moving and shaking. Not just here, but, you know what I mean, around like that. I mean, around as though they made a difference. You know, I was around for that. I'm glad that I knew these people. I'm glad I could share this story with y'all. You know, I mean, every day you get to hear about a black woman that was a QueenPin. You always hear about the men, how they was the muscle, how they was the force, how they had a team. This woman, it was her and her sons and her daughters. And the daughters that me and Mikey was dealing with, Carolyn and Toya, they just was going to school. Maybe they probably got in the game a little bit when they got older, but when I was coming up with them, it was just the older brothers and the mom, and probably the older sister. They was getting money. Ain't nobody disrespecting them other than Barry. In the summer of 87, he got popped. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking the brother did it. The brother standing over top of him with a fucking big ass knife. And the whole time, he ain't even the one that shot him. You know what I mean? I'm hanging with Joey every day. And allegedly, Joey got this fucking gun on him every day at football practice. And I know his family get money, but I ain't knowing he got to be on point, because his mom and them probably said, listen, we get a lot of money. You got to watch yourself at all times. Yup. And then they was making so much money, they moved out of Frankford and moved up Erie Avenue where we was at. And it was just like, you know, one thing about me and my brother and us, we was around you because we wanted to be your friend. We wasn't around you because of what you had. And people knew that. So that's why it was always easy for us to be around people. You know what I mean? Because we were just, you know what I mean? We was thorough like that. And for us to be thorough, we had to be thorough to mess with Joey's sisters, because they didn't just let nobody mess with their sisters. You know what I mean? Their sisters wasn't freaks and no shit like that. They was top of the line. You know, and his brothers would give you the pain fast. So, you know, and Joey ain't really like nobody, but he took a strong liking to me and Mikey, though. He was like a big brother to me, though. I used to always like to listen to him talk, because he used to always teach me shit when he talked. You know? Free Joey, man. Yo, Miss Louise. Toya Tunstall Williams. I think that's her last name on Facebook or Instagram. But I had to, I think she passed away. Yup, she passed away 24 years ago. January 16th, 2001. She passed away 24 years ago. And look how ironic it is I make a video about her 24 years ago on the day she passed away. That's why you gotta give people their flowers. I mean, think about it. There's a lot of people out there that y'all might know that was moving and shaking, that you want their story out there. Just let me know. I'll look into it, and I might know the people. If they from Philly, but a woman was doing it. I saw her do it. I witnessed it. You know, you had to be around to see it, man. A woman? They jumping out with Benzes and everything, man. Yeah, in 89. 89, 90, 88, they jumping out in Benzes going to high school. Because I was going to junior high school with them. And when I got kicked out of that school, well, I didn't get kicked out, my mom moved. When we moved from Erie Avenue, I could have went to Harton from Erie Avenue, but when we moved back down North Philly, I went to John Wanamaker's. And I used to go back up there and sneak up there and sneak into school and go see all of them. And I just see how, I'm like, damn, man, I wish I was still going to Harton with my peoples, man. But my mom moved, so I had to sneak up there and see all of them when they come out for lunch and all that. They still was my friends, you know. And now, it's just memories. But I'm going back to Frankford on a couple of days, and I'm going up there to do the fights on the 14th. I mean, on the 8th of February. Let y'all see one more time, Miss Louise. And the family, QueenPin, and her family from Frankford. How he was moving and shaking. Just getting major money, man. And you know, because back then, I think Jim was hustling for him too. That was in the JBM. They got killed up high rollers. See, in the Frankfurt project, all you need is 1 or 2 people to hustle this shit. And it could be at nighttime when people come out at night, the closet smokers. Or, see, people didn't mind people business back then. So if they was to get some drugs, they could have went in the back way and got it, or they could have went to the front way and got it and just came in the house. Then nobody sit around and say, oh, you on drugs. Because it wasn't open like that. It wasn't like out in the open like that. People didn't know what was going on when the shit first started hit, when people first started getting high. People didn't know. Kids didn't know. But once that shit was everywhere, them motherfuckers knew. Because you get to see it. You get to see the change in behavior, attitude. You get to see how people start to lose weight. How people start to wear the same clothes, start acting delusional, coming out all night long, tripping, selling their body. I'm 15 years old, 14 years old, out there at nighttime on the strip of Frankfurt or in the back where they park the cars at. I was one of the first, if not the first young boy of Frankfurt to hustle. There was people older than me that was hustling. I'm talking about the young boys. When we broke day and we was out there all night long till the sun came up. Yeah, because all the thing about it, the young boys that was wild in the trenches of Frankfurt, that was out there first was me and my brother and us when we was on the train robbing people with other people from Frankfurt. And then when the crack came around, we still was out there. We still was out all night long and all that. So we was around when it first happened. When people first started selling drugs, went from delivering newspapers every day to selling drugs. I saw this shit. I'm talking about the young boys up there that first started. They was my friends. So everything that happened in Frankfurt for the first time, I was there for. Break dancing, from break dancing to motherfuckers trying to be rappers, football players, basketball players, to motherfuckers being drug dealers and killers and drug lords. Yeah, and QueenPins. Yup. And to this day, people of Frankfurt still get together. They go to the bar called The Post, or they go to another bar, and they team up. They get together, and they just be together. Then when I come up there, they be happy as shit to see me because they barely see me. So when I come up there, they get to reminisce when I was up there with them back in the day and all that. So, you know, I seen Carlin at what's the name funeral at damn, man. Who funeral was I at when I seen Carl in Tunstall? I was at, damn, man, Calissa funeral. Calissa and Carl and Tunstall was best friends. They was best friends. And Calissa used to watch my twin brother daughter and my other niece, my Kia. When Mikey passed away, she started taking care of them girls. Bringing them up to see me, sending me pictures. This was many years ago. I used to go with Calissa too. I used to go with Calissa and Carol. But I was never intimate with either one of them. You know what I mean? And it just that, I don't know, you just drift apart. So when I went to Calissa funeral and seen Carl in there, that shit was kind of crazy, man. That was a couple years ago, man. All the memories, man, that I have of Frankfurt, man, it's just so meaningful to me because they my best memories as when I was younger. You know, that's why when I end up Erie Avenue, North Philly and South Philly too, and when I was a young boy, when I moved everywhere, but I was everywhere, but when I was younger, moving all over the place, we always went up Frankfurt. We always around that love, you know what I mean, that family. No matter what neighborhood we went in, everybody was always happy to see us, but Frankfurt was just like our comfort zone. Nobody knew how to get up there. It was like, unless somebody took you up there, you know what I mean? So, Miss Louise, man, a QueenPin that was in the drug game, quietly getting money. She was quietly getting the money, but it didn't look like she was quiet because how she dressed, as far as she wore expensive clothes, they drove expensive cars. They living in the projects, and they got $50,000 cars, Jaguars, Benzes, all type of shit, limousines and everything. You know, and they always kept their hair done, nails done, all that shit. They had people copying off how they dress. And then you had other drug dealers. But everybody got along. Everybody didn't nobody hate on each other. You know what I mean? And it was just like a normal family, they just was selling drugs. You know? And a few families was getting that type of money. My family was one of them. They was selling all the weed down there. My cousin Buster and them. My cousin Claudia and them. They had the weed in the project, the weed up on Sugar Hill. They was doing their thing. That's when Prince came out. Truly I adore you. That's when Prince was till the end of time. That's when that came out. And Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. I remember them songs. And that rap song. Some people don't like the way that Saleh walks. And don't believe the hype. Here's what I want y'all to do for me. Don't believe the hype. When that came out, Frankfurt was, what? That's when everybody was doing the Wanutsi in Frankfurt. Yup. Everybody that played football with me became drug dealers, man. And I'm out there with them. I took them all to the movie theaters. Everybody that was on my football team, I snuck them on the L. We went down to the movie theater. I got them in. We snuck back on the train and came back to Frankfurt. Well, that's it on that one, y'all. It's Philly Trenches CEO Hockey Raw.